Welcome to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the ages, unraveling the threads of time that have woven the tapestry of human civilization. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a monumental feat of engineering, one that would revolutionize global commerce and forever alter the trajectory of history, the opening of the Panama Canal. As we delve into this fascinating narrative, let us begin by setting our sights on the Isthmus of Panama, a narrow strip of land that has been a crucial crossroads for centuries. The idea of bridging the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, thereby facilitating the passage of ships between the two, had long been a tantalizing prospect. With roots stretching back to the early 16th century, when the Spanish conquistador Vasco Núñez de Balboa first laid eyes on the vast expanse of the Pacific, the seeds of this vision were sown by the French, who in the late 19th century undertook the formidable task of constructing a canal. Led by Ferdinand de Lesseps, the mastermind behind the Suez Canal, the Compagnie Universelle du Canal Interoceanique de Panama embarked on this ambitious project in 1881. However, the endeavor was soon beset by engineering challenges, tropical diseases, and financial woes, ultimately leading to its abandonment in 1889. As the French effort crumbled, the United States began to take notice of the strategic importance of a canal across the Isthmus of Panama. The U.S. had long been interested in a potential waterway that could significantly shorten travel times between its eastern and western coasts, thereby bolstering its economic and military prowess. In 1902, the U.S. Congress passed the Spooner Act, authorizing President Theodore Roosevelt to pursue the construction of a canal. Roosevelt, with his characteristic vigor and foresight, seized upon this opportunity, recognizing the immense geopolitical implications of such a project. He appointed a commission to investigate the feasibility of a canal, which ultimately recommended a lock and lake system as opposed to the French sea-level canal design. This decision would prove pivotal in the successful completion of the project. As the United States took the reins of the canal project, a new era of engineering prowess and perseverance began to unfold. In 1904, the U.S. government purchased the French assets and concessions for $40 million, marking a significant turning point in the endeavor. The newly formed Isthmian Canal Commission, led by Chairman John F. Stevens, set out to tackle the monumental task ahead. Stevens, a seasoned engineer with a keen eye for innovation, would prove instrumental in overcoming the numerous challenges that lay before them. One of the most pressing concerns was the sheer scale of excavation required to build the canal. The French had attempted to construct a sea-level canal, but the U.S. engineers opted for a lock and lake system, which would necessitate the removal of millions of cubic meters of earth and rock. To achieve this feat, Stevens introduced a revolutionary new technology, the steam shovel. These mechanical giants, capable of scooping up enormous quantities of soil and debris, would become the workhorses of the canal project. As the machines roared to life, the sounds of clanking steel and hissing steam filled the air, echoing through the jungle landscape like a chorus of industrial progress. On May 4, 1904, the first steam shovel began its work in the Culebra Cut, a notorious stretch of terrain that would prove to be one of the most daunting challenges of the entire project. The cut, which would eventually reach depths of over 300 feet, was a labyrinth of rocky outcroppings, landslides, and treacherous soil conditions. As the steam shovels dug deeper, they encountered an unexpected obstacle: the sheer instability of the surrounding rock face. Landslides became a frequent occurrence, threatening to derail the entire project. In response, Stevens and his team developed an innovative solution, employing a system of concrete retaining walls and drainage tunnels to stabilize the soil and prevent further collapses. As the years passed, the canal began to take shape, with the lock and lake system gradually rising from the earth like a phoenix from the ashes. The locks themselves were marvels of engineering, designed to raise and lower ships a staggering 85 feet between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. On September 22, 1913, the SS Ancon, a U.S. cargo ship, became the first vessel to navigate the canal's lock system, marking a major milestone in the project's development. The event was met with great fanfare, as dignitaries and engineers gathered to witness the culmination of years of tireless effort. The words of President Theodore Roosevelt, spoken during a visit to the canal site in 1906, seemed particularly apt. The digging of the Panama Canal is one of the greatest engineering feats of all time, and it will be one of the most important factors in the development of the civilization of the 20th century. As the canal neared completion, it was clear that Roosevelt's vision had become a reality, one that would forever alter the course of global commerce and politics. The opening of the Panama Canal was now within sight, and with it, a new era of international cooperation and economic growth would soon emerge. As the SS Ancon navigated the canal's lock system, the world watched with bated breath, awaiting the official opening of the Panama Canal. On August 15, 1914, the canal was inaugurated, with the SS Ancon once again playing a starring role, this time as the first official vessel to pass through the canal from the Atlantic to the Pacific. The event marked the culmination of decades of perseverance and innovation, as the United States had successfully completed one of the most complex engineering projects in history. The opening of the Panama Canal had an immediate impact on global trade and commerce, saving ships thousands of miles of travel and countless hours of navigation around South America. The canal's strategic importance was further underscored during World War I, as it enabled Allied ships to move quickly and safely between the Atlantic and Pacific theaters. As the years passed, the Panama Canal continued to play a vital role in international trade, with tens of thousands of vessels passing through its locks each year. One of the most significant later events in the history of the Panama Canal was the construction of the Miraflores and Gatun dams, which created the artificial lakes that supply water to the canal's lock system. These dams not only ensured a stable water supply, but also generated hydroelectric power, providing a reliable source of energy for the canal's operations. The canal's infrastructure continued to evolve over the years, with the addition of new locks and the widening of existing ones to accommodate larger ships. Today, the Panama Canal is remembered as one of the most remarkable engineering achievements of the 20th century, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. As historian David McCullough noted, the building of the Panama Canal was a feat that will be remembered for centuries to come, a demonstration of what can be accomplished when men and women work together towards a common goal. The canal's legacy extends far beyond its technical accomplishments, as it has had a profound impact on global trade, commerce, and politics. In recent years, the Panama Canal has undergone significant expansions, including the construction of new, larger locks that allow Neo-Panamax ships to pass through. These expansions have ensured the canal's continued relevance in the modern era, as it remains one of the busiest and most important waterways in the world. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.